Get ready for the smackdown. Get ready for the smackdown. How you gonna react when you put on your back now? 'Cause there's no turning back when you're facing the smackdown.
Alright guys, fight number 22 is here, and I put some interesting characters here. One's a comic character, the other one's a video game character that has transitioned over into comics, and that is Jackie Espirito, aka the Darkness, versus Alex Mercer, aka the protagonist of Prototype. Yeah, so we got video game character versus comic character. Very cool, huh? Alright, so let's kick it off, shall we? We're going to kick it off with Jackie Espirito, the Darkness. The Darkness power is passed down from father to son. Jackie's dad, Danny Espirito, had it first. And when his dad had sex with his wife, and conceived Jackie, they die automatically. The males will die automatically, and the power is passed down to the son. So it's kind of lucky that Jackie lost his virginity when he was 14 years old to a policewoman. So he hasn't conceived any children, though he does have a daughter named Hope. The mother of that little girl is Sarah Pazzini, the Witchblade. But that was through, it takes a long time to get through that. You'll actually, if you want to know why, look it up. I'm not going to really go too much into that. With the Darkness powers, Jackie can basically conjure up anything his mind he wants with the power, as well as giving himself battle armor, that armor that you see on him. But besides that, besides the Darkness powers, he's a highly skilled hitman. That's what Jackie is, and he's been raised that way for a long time through the different mob families. And Jackie definitely is a dangerous fella, just even without his Darkness powers. But with the Darkness powers at his command, yes, anything he can think of, they can come out. It'll be created. Basically, yeah, it's like constructs. And of course, the most famous things are his darklings, those little dark creatures that come out. He's known to use those a lot. However, despite that, his powers does have a weakness. Light. Light is his weakness. If light hits his constructs, they will totally disappear. So he cannot use his powers in the daytime or anything like that. Darkness needs to be around him to use his abilities. But despite that, he is one hell of a badass. And it's just amazing sometimes the things that Jackie has done with those abilities. So moving on, we move on to Mr. Alex Mercer. Alex Mercer is the main protagonist from the game Prototype, and he will be the main antagonist in the sequel. He was a worker. He was a worker for. He worked for a company known as Gentech, and they were like a corporation that were trying to weaponize like this virus called Blacklight. When he learned that, basically what they were going to do with this virus. He tried to leak it to the outside world. However, company wanted to keep it secret, and the virus, the company threatened Alex. However, the virus basically infected him, and basically he was considered dead. But unfortunately, he didn't. Came back, and he was on a rampage from Gen Tech, and he can shapeshift. Basically, he can shapeshift his body into different types of weaponry and things like that. Blades. He's kind of like T-1000 in a way. Let's put it like that. And it's all about what Gen Tech did to him. He wants revenge. That's pretty much how he is. But of course, he's a metamorph, so he can morph anything he wants his body into armor and things like that. So it does matter. But besides that, besides that, Prototype was a great game. It was a great game. And he was a great character, but now, yes, he's going to be the bad guy in the next game while you play with another character. But Alex is definitely a cool character, nonetheless. You don't have to take my word for it. You just play the game and you'll see who the character evolved. The comics that came out for Wildstorm, I never read, but a friend of mine did, and he said they were pretty good. So in terms of a battle between Jackie Espedito and Alex Mercer, this would be interesting. This is definitely going to be interesting. This would really push Alex's abilities and maybe even Jackie's to the limit, depending on where they're fighting. Now, for me as a setting, it's got to be at night, because Jackie can't use his abilities. He's completely vulnerable in the daytime. But Alex is definitely going to have to use his head in fighting Jackie and his darkness powers, because if not, Jackie's just going to finish this guy off with ease and take him out. So Alex is definitely going to have to use all his shape-shifting abilities to basically succeed in beating Jackie. That's just the way I look at it. But it'll be a good fight to me. A really good fight. I would definitely say that. I can see these two going at it for a long time, because it's going to come down to skill and experience and, who's going to make the first mistake. But Jackie or Alex? Who wins, guys? And as always, this is Mount Vernon Kid. Saying peace, one love, stay tuned. Keep it real. You know my saying, battle on.